Hello, so here's how you can rationalize the denominator. So this is a complete guide on how you rationalize the denominator. All right, so what does it mean when you say rationalizing the denominator? What does it mean? Now when you say rationalize the denominator, rationalizing the denominator is a mathematical technique where you rewrite a fraction so that there are no radicals. That means there are no square roots, no cube roots, etc. in the denominator. So if you have a fraction in your final answer, if you have a fraction and in the denominator there is a square root or there is a cube root, then you need to rationalize the denominator. That means you need to get rid of the radical sign, or the square root, you get rid of the cube root. So the denominator must become a rationalized number. So hence it's called rationalize. So why do we do this? Why do we need to rationalize a denominator? All right? Because it is a standard convention in mathematics. Historically, it made calculations easier before calculators, right? It puts expressions in a standardized form that's easier to compare, right? If you don't have square roots, if you don't have cube roots in your denominator, it is much easier to compare. It also simplifies further algebraic manipulations. It makes it easier to add or compare fractions. So that is the reason why we need to rationalize the denominator, so that it would be much easier for us to compare fractions. All right? So that is actually the reason. So it is the basic way to rationalize. So this is the basic way. The basic way to rationalize is you need to multiply it by itself. So how would you rationalize the denominator? Here's one way. Multiply it by itself. So if you have a fraction with a square root in the denominator, multiply both the numerator and the denominator by that same square root. So this works because, so let's say for example, in one of your answers, you have the denominator as the square root of a. So what you need to do in this basic way of rationalizing a denominator is you multiply it by itself. So if you multiply the denominator by itself, so you multiply it by square root of a, the answer actually is a. As you can see, it eliminates the square root when you multiply it by itself. So we have a square root of a is actually, that's a to the power 1/2. That's just the same. You multiply it by square root of a, that means you also multiply it by a to the square root of 1/2. Now what is a to the 1/2 times a to the 1/2? It is a 1/2 plus 1/2, which is a to the 1, or simply a. So that is why when you multiply the denominator by itself, the answer would just be that number without the square root. That is actually because of this. That's the explanation why. So if you want to rationalize a denominator with a square root, just multiply it by itself. All right? By the way, when you multiply the denominator by itself, you need to multiply as well the numerator by that same amount. All right? So that you'll not be changing anything of the value of the fraction. So whatever you do in the numerator or denominator, do it as well on the other side. All right? All right. Now, let's say, for example, in here, we have a simple square root. Okay. If you are given with this, 3 over square root of 5. So your answer is 3 over square root of 5. Oops, there is a radical sign in the denominator. We need to rationalize it. Now, you need to rationalize the denominator, meaning we can multiply the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 5. So if we have this one, we multiply it by square root of 5 times square root of 5. So we have the numerator, 3 square root of 5, and this 1 square root of 5 times square root of 5. So the answer is 3 times square root of 5, and the denominator will become 5, because square root of 5 times square root of 5 is simply 5. So your final answer would be this one, 3 square root of 5 divided by 5. So it doesn't matter if there's a radical sign in the numerator, because rationalizing means you need to get rid of the radical sign or the square root in the denominator. So numerator is okay if you have a square root, for as long as there's no radical sign in the denominator. All right, do you understand now? What about if you have a coefficient before the radical sign, like this one? So how would you rationalize that? It's 7 divided by 2 times the square root of 3. So there's a coefficient before the square root of 3, which is 2. 2 times the square root of 3. All right, so how would you do that? It's easy. We still have to multiply it by the square root of 3. So if we have this, we multiply it by square root of 3 over square root of 3. So the numerator would be 7 times the square root of 3. What about the denominator? It would be 2 times square root of 3 times the square root of 3. Right? Do it step by step. All right. So the numerator would be 7 times the square root of 3. And the denominator would be 2 times 3, right? Because square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. And then you multiply it to 2. So 3 times 2. And that answer is 6. So the final answer is this, 7 times the square root of 3 times divided by 6. So that's the final answer. We got rid of the radical sign in the denominator. All right, so that's it. If you have some questions on how to rationalize the denominator, we will be having more videos about rationalizing a denominator. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me, right? All right, I hope to see you again next time. Right, bye.